This is a better choice for air conditioning, which is a split unit. And now we prefer to use this one. We splitted that component into two components. First is inside the room, and second is outside the room. The noisy, the hot component, we place it outside. So the noisy one is the compressor, as well as this condenser fan for the condenser coil. All right, so condenser coil is hot, so we place it outside. Compressor is noisy, we place it outside. And we connected this component with a series of pipe. So remember, inside this pipe is the refrigerant. All right, so the component inside the house consists of expansion valve and evaporator. So evaporator is a cool coil, and if we blow that evaporator by using blower or propeller fan, then it will produce the cool air inside the room. Okay, and this condenser coil, remember, is hot, so we use condenser fan to cool down this condenser coil. All right, uh, what is happening here? All right, Imelda. Okay, Imelda. All right, is centralized air conditioning system, okay, which is called chiller system. An example of that is the one that we use in our library, UITM Campus 2. Okay, so remember, the basic component of air conditioning is using chiller. All right, sorry, basic component, there are four: compressor, condenser, expansion valve, and evaporator. So in this case, this all component is called chiller. So remember, chiller is consists of these four basic component. Okay, so this component placed inside one room. Okay, and condenser, remember, condenser is very hot. We need to cool it down. So in this case, we are using cold water to cool it down. So where that cold water comes from? It comes from cooling tower. So cold water is pumped by using a pump into a pipe. So water inside the pipe, this pipe is called condenser water supply, or CWS. So you can find the pipe by using this label, CWS, condenser water supply. It's bring cold water into the condenser to cool down this condenser. So hot or warm water from condenser is flow using this pipe. The label is condenser water return, CWR, and pump into the cooling water to cool down that water. And cold water will flow again, okay, into the condenser. All right, and on this part, evaporator, remember, evaporator is cold. All right, cold refrigerant here. So in this case, if we flow the water, okay, inside this evaporator, that become cold water, and that cold water is pumped into the pipe. The label for that pipe is CWS. It stands for chill water supply. So don't mistaken the CWS for condenser water supply with chill water supply. All right. So chill water supply water is cold water pumped into the cooling coil. So cooling coil is similar to evaporator here, but it's using water. In evaporator, it's using refrigerant. Okay, so that is the difference between evaporator and cooling coil. So cooling coil, it's cold, and if we blow the air through this cooling coil, that will become cool air, and that cool air is transferred by using duct into the room. So that is how we produce the cool air, by using this system called chiller system. All right, this cooling coil as well as the blower is inside this room called AHU. So AHU is stand for air handling unit. Okay, all right. I will skip this slide first because I need to go for the second type of air conditioning first. All right, so this one, also centralized air conditioning system, but called water-cooled package unit. We have this one in campus too, and this type of centralized air conditioning system is used for block C as well as block A and also block B. All right. So this system, remember, air conditioning must consist of 4 basic components: compressor, condenser, expansion valve, as well as evaporator. And this water-cooled package unit, okay, is actually much simpler compared to chiller unit. Okay, so condenser, as usual, is cooled down by using water from the cooling tower. All right, so the label is similar. Okay, the cool water is bring by using this pipe with label CWS, which is stand for condenser water supply. And then warm water from condenser bring by using this pipe with label CWR, which is stand for condenser water return. All right. So all these basic component inside a room called AHU, air handling unit. Okay. So compared to the chiller type, okay, air handling unit only consists of cooling coil. But for WCPU, water-cooled package unit, all these 4 basic components is placed inside AHU. Okay, so evaporator is cold, it's cold, right? So when we force the air through this evaporator, it becomes cool air, and that cool air is transferred by using duct into the room. All right, so the main difference between WCPU and chiller is that in chiller, we got cooling coil inside AHU, but in WCPU, we got all these 4 basic components, okay, inside AHU. Okay, another type also available at UITM campus 2 is called FCU, which is stand for fan coil unit. Okay, so now you must know that there are 3 major type of centralized air conditioning system. First is called chiller, second WCPU, and the third one is FCU. Okay, so for FCU, an example of this is available in building services lab, as well as available in all lecture rooms in block A. So, as usual, air conditioning must consist of these 4 basic components. For FCU, this component located on the ceiling above that room. So in building services lab, we got this component in our ceiling. All right, 4 basic components: compressor, condenser, expansion valve, and evaporator. Okay. And condenser, again, it's hot, so we need to cool it down. And the most efficient way is by using cooling tower. Okay, so cool water from cooling tower, we pump it through the pipe, okay, from ground floor, okay, into the top of the building, into BS lab, and finally goes into this condenser to cool down this condenser. And the warm water from this condenser will be pumped into the pipe, okay, back to the cooling tower. Okay, so on the evaporator, evaporator is cold, so we force the air by using propeller fan, okay, through this evaporator, and that is supply the cool air into the room. All right, so that is very simple. So again, there are 3 types